Roger, Eagle. Go for landing, over. Roger, understand. Go for landing. Eagle looking great. Houston, the Eagle has landed.
What time is it?
5:30, sir.
No, it is not 5:30. And what time is it? It is time for Independent Comic Showcase, Episode 7. Today we are going to be talking about a comic book that is currently available on Indiegogo. It is called Octopus Cowboy #2. I backed the first one because I love the absurd and the idea of an octopus. Well, I love westerns too, as you guys know. And I love the idea of an octopus cowboy. It's just so absurd and it's so beautifully done. So my guest today is Jason Orfalis. I hope I pronounced that right. And we're going to show his trailer first, and then we will get to it. How about that? All right, let's put that up full screen. Hold on a second here.
He knows what you're thinking, punk. You're thinking, did he fire 30 shots or 29? Now, to tell you the truth, he's forgotten himself in all this excitement. But Peter, this is the 44th Cold Walker, the most powerful handgun in the West, and will blow your head clean off. You've got to ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? He's better than shark. Wrestle the gorilla. Stomped the hyena. And that was before he had a gun. Most dangerous cephalopod in the West is back.
Some say he's a rumor, some say he's just myth. Some think it impossible and the things such as him could exist. So switch back to class, keep turning the page. You're watching it under the slate, breaks out on his cage. Don't get it mad, don't get him wrong. He's bigger and better than 20 King Kongs. Don't double cross him, don't do him no wrong. He's an 8-legged gunsling, separate apart.
Coming at you London town. Music. Circle 60.
Okay, I'm going to stop her there. That is a long trailer.
I'll make like a 30-minute one next time.
30 minutes,
That was it. But that was
30
it.
seconds. Yeah,
Yeah, I know, right?
yeah, I love this concept. First off, welcome, Jason, to Independent Comic Showcase. This is a great project, folks. I love the artwork, I love the concept, and I wanted to talk to Jason about it. Like, where did the idea for this thing come from?
Well, it started about well, we started talking actually, sort of while we were waiting. It started when the coup happened, and I was calling my friends in the states, and um, a friend of mine, one of them, a close one of my closest friends is an artist that I used to work with in advertising, and he's amazing. He's an amazing artist, and I called him and I asked him, if he would be interested in drawing a book, because I kind of want to write something for him. I want to create a character, and he said that he'd be interested in two. And I asked him about the genre, and he said either detective noir or western. And I said, Western, wow, that's cool. I like that too. Okay, as soon as I put the call down, I ended the call. Maybe 2 minutes, 1 minute. This idea just popped into my head. So this octopus cowboy, and I sketched it out, and for it's so ridiculous. And I was like, my first sketch had him. I had him wearing pants, and for some reason that was too absurd, and I took the
Huh.
pants off. And oh yeah, that's perfect now because there's no pants. You know what I mean? And
Much more
I
realistic.
showed it. I know. I showed it to my wife. She said, "That's amazing." you know, a neighbor of mine who was jogging was like saying, "Why don't make it a squid?" I'm like, "This guy's not the one to talk to, okay?" But it was just that quick, and I think the most important thing was, why did I spend so many days and nights doing it, and why I took it so seriously, And I was looking at my sketches like just a month ago, a few weeks ago, and I saw every time I would have that a doubt, I would go back and look at
Mhm.
the notes, look at some sketches, and one of the sketches was an octopus, Slade, strolling across some red rocks in the Wild West. And I'm like, that means that's so strange, but it means something, and I could make something out of it.
Mhm.
So that was it.
I mean, the in the trailer, obviously you're homaging Leone's "Good, the Bad, and the Ugly" with the
Yeah.
animation, the horizontal riding of the horse, like they did in that opening. And there's this octopus on it with this very
Yes.
unique silhouette. Uh, it's so
It's so
great.
perfect for comics, Mr.
Yes,
Malone.
yes, yes.
It's perfect for comics. It's absurd. And comics started with the absurd, and and now it's pop culture and everything. But it started
Mhm.
that way. It's
Yeah.
it's a perfect medium for that's why it's perfect for
Mhm.
the medium.
Well, it's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. When that came out, it was like, what the hell is this? That's absurd, and yet, people love that stuff. And
Yes.
we need to get eyeballs on this project because it's really cool. Now, did you draw this, or did your artist friend draw it?
I could not I could not bring it to him. I could not punish him with
Oh,
with the amount of work that it would take, because I figured, you know what? I'm going to have some edits. I developed it, and I scrapped like 52 pages. Like layouts, just layouts, and
mhm,
and because when I read it, and I'm like, this is what everybody expects of an Octopus Cowboy book. So, I think there's something else here. So I kept discovering it. So no, I did it by
nice.
myself.
It's smarter. Now you own it completely outright. So
Yeah.
that's great. And what is your background, Jason? Have you worked in comics before, or advertising, animation? What is your background artistically?
I think my first paycheck. I was a teenager, probably. I was probably 18 or 19. It was just 2 pages, but I counted because I got a paycheck out of it. And from there, um, I would show my portfolio to conventions, and the one convention that really uh, gave resulted in a job, was I think it was Philadelphia. I was
Mhm.
awake. I drove there and back. I was awake for 27 hours walking around with that heavy portfolio in that big place. And I was showing my stuff to like a booth, and some guy just this really big guy he just looked over and said to the person on the other side, said, "Are you done looking at this stuff?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he just he puts his hand over my shoulder like that and picks it up and closes my portfolio. He says, "Come with me." So I go with this guy, and he goes across the aisle, and he goes to Crusade Comics. He brings my portfolio down and plops it down in front of Billy Tucci. He goes, "Billy, look at this guy," and right there I got a job. And after that, I think I showed it to Joe Quesada also, but I already said yes to Billy, and I loved that stuff. And when went back to New York, it turns out he was also based in New York, in Queens also, at that time. And I went there and I started as a background artist.
So I didn't realize that you had worked for Billy.
Yes, I did his backgrounds. I did a couple of books, and then I went to I got into Broadway. Was it Broadway Comics with Jim Shooter? I got to meet the guy.
Oh yes, yeah.
One of my heroes. Love Valiant. Never got a job there, but I did get a job in DC also, just freelancing stuff.
Hmm.
Uh, Supergirl, an issue of Supergirl, an issue of Birds of Prey, a JLA annual, Hour
Good.
Man, here and there. That's it.
Did you
Then I
work
got
with
into
Chuck on Birds of Prey?
I work with who was my I
Was it
forgot the
Chuck that wrote it?
I do not remember, sir.
Uh,
Probably,
okay.
but do remember Peter David. I remember Geoff Jones.
Jeff Johns.
Geoff, yeah. I my editor was Tony Bedard.
Hmm.
I remember Pete Tomasi. I I remember Dennis O'Neil walking around.
Oh yeah.
It was, dude. It was heaven. I was a DC guy. I've always been a DC fan.
Okay.
Marvel was okay. It was cool.
Hmm.
I drew samples from and I went there and showed my stuff. But by that time, I worked after that. At the same time, I was working in advertising, and I did that. It was a regular job, so I chose, to pursue that. At the same time, I did jobs here and there also,
Hmm.
and writing, a lot of writing afterwards, lots of writing, and some
Good.
films
Good.
also. Yeah.
And how did the first book go as far as Octopus Cowboy? Did
You mean?
you funded that on Indiegogo, right?
Yes, I did. I did. I had like 10 Twitter followers. I had maybe non-existent YouTube followers, non-existent social media following. I've been gone from the industry since like 2013. Last thing I did was Birds of Prey. I did some stuff for Hasbro and Tops, well,
Hmm.
here and there. But as far as comics, man, that was, by this time it's like 10 years ago. But when I did
Right.
Octopus Sky, it was 8 years ago. So I was away from the industry. I just had
Yeah.
no idea I'd be brought back, doing doing this. Really,
Hmm.
my eyes are really bad too because it's staring at the screen and everything, and also just naturally, I didn't expect to do it, but this IP was seemed so just special. There was something about it,
Yeah.
and I would admit to you that it's something I've been looking for. You know, I've been looking for something like this. but there are many things that I've come up with, but this one, I said, you know what? If I'm going to leave something before I exit this world or whatever, maybe
Uh-huh.
leave it to my kids. I think this is
Well,
the one,
it's a different
and I
paradigm.
would do
It's
it
a
in a way that is serious also.
Mhm. Well, it's a different
Yeah,
age now, a different paradigm for publishing. There's no reason to work for the other guys. They don't offer you
yeah,
anything anymore. Um, and to give them
yeah.
your great ideas that they'll exploit and give you Zippo on is not a good business model. So you're doing it right here. The only thing we got to do is we got to get more eyeballs on it. We got to get people to see this and see how cool it is. And that starts with, getting an internet presence, getting on these shows and getting the word out. So
That's
hopefully
true.
we'll get you some eyeballs on it when this goes live too. Let's go through the campaign a little bit and see what we got here. Um,
Yes.
we'll just start with your featured perk, High Noon. Why don't you tell everybody what that's all about?
That's everything that's new for the second campaign. Uh, like the first, there's a main cover, a variant, and two variant covers. There's a bookmark there, I think, and this time I have like a 6-inch by 4.5-inch decal,
Mm-hmm.
high quality gloss, weatherproof for 8 years. With they say,
Mm-hmm.
and when installed properly, trading cards. So everything new. That would be
Cool.
high noon.
And the book's 100
And the next
pages.
one is digital.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the first one is 104. This one, uh, it's also 104. But it looks like I may have to add some stuff so I can just tie up a plot point so I can move on to the third one.
Okay. Okay. So it's at least 100 pages. So that's a good deal.
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Perfect bound, I assume.
Yes.
It'll be perfect bound.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Yes, it would be. Full color,
Mm-hmm.
gloss interior, matte cover, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tell us about the story.
Well, okay. And the first one, it was uh I kind of established a broad foundation for the whole series. And the first one is just it's him caged and used as one of many animals in prize fights and gambling and in a circus in a big top and everything.
Mm-hmm.
In the end of that book, I guess I have to spoil a little bit. Uh, as you see here, there's a gunshot in the arena,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that, there's chaos, and the animals are loose. So I have Slade, the octopus, the hyena, and the hyena. His name is Kilroy. The gorilla is Leopold, and they're out to as they make a run for it and escape.
You buzzed out there for a little bit. Your sound buzzed out. So just finish that last
Oh,
sentence.
did I? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of this gunshot, there was chaos inside the arena, and so the three animals who were just a few minutes ago fighting each other, or fighting with each other, uh, uh, they 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 cause they take advantage of that craziness going on around them and escape.
Now these are intelligent animals, right? Obviously, uh, he knows how to use a gun. He knows how to ride a horse. Um,
Yes.
so I'm assuming that is there some explanation for their intelligence, or is that just
Well,
part of
from
your
the
world?
you can see it also in the trailer and also in the first issue. Slade actually battles a shark, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and he's so torn and this like just barely alive, and he falls deep into the ocean, but something in the ocean revives him. I would
Mm-hmm.
like to say that the water revived him. So he's like a product of nature.
Hmm.
He's a force of nature, and his blood has been uh he, he's been mutated in some way that when other animals come in contact with his blood, they awaken with his consciousness. So
Oh, okay.
right, so the three of them right now, they can talk to each other as well as his horse. For now, that's
Okay.
it. Just the four of them. They can communicate with each other. And yeah, that there's a reason, and there will be a story about how each of them uh handles such a change.
Okay. That's fantastic. Okay, cool. So over here on the right, we got two digital versions. Same
Yes.
story or two different books?
Uh Outland over there, that's issue 2.
Hmm.
And there's an option to catch up on issue 1 with Westworld.
Oh, okay.
And yes, and for our international backers out there, who chooses that mostly.
Yep.
And there's True Grit, that's issue 2. That's the main cover
Oh,
and the
okay.
basic tier.
That's great
And
cover.
yeah, it's
There it is.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I like the camera angle at water level. I always like that. Joe Kubert used to do that a lot.
Oh, yes.
And it's awesome. Look at
And
him sliding off the saddle.
yeah, it's like like in those in the circus, when
Yeah.
somebody, like in the movies, when a
Hmm.
cowboy would just, or a Native American would just slide off and shoot his gun or his arrow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that's the thing, with this character, you can put him in these wild situations. So
Yeah.
many wild situations. Even the suckers on his arm,
Right.
he holsters guns
Yeah,
into those.
I saw that in the trailer.
Right?
I thought that was genius.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. So here's book one, main cover, $25. That's a
Yeah.
good deal. I love the colors on this one. The shootist.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, those really
That's
pop.
35. And that's
Okay.
another
And what
way.
makes that one 35? Just because it's a rare variant?
Yeah, and to be honest, I really think that for the value, this book is really at least $35. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
And I that's why when I describe each tier, I say that the main one, which is that one on the with him on the water, that's the most accessible.
Hmm.
Okay, and uh the shootist, which is 35, is the most featured because I use that artwork everywhere. It's in my banners, it's on
Right.
Twitter, it's on YouTube, everywhere. So it's the most featured, most uh uh most I would say that's the real value for
Okay.
for for that 104 and 100 plus pages.
Hmm. All right.
Same with that one. Yeah.
Okay, that's a
The
variant. Okay, cool. 310 to Yuma. All right.
yeah.
What is that one?
And that one is usually my third one, which is the variant B, would be the rare one. That's where you see the all three characters. That's where I spend the most time on the cover, the most detailed. On this one, on the
Uh,
first one, there was three of them also. So
you said
that's really,
variant B. I don't see variant B.
I did not put that one there
Oh,
because I only printed like, I think I only have 12 copies of those left. It could be an add-on though, you know,
mhm. Oh, okay.
for the first one, variant B.
Okay, you got a retail pack. That's smart. What do you
Always,
get?
yes.
4 books? 1, 2, 3, 4,
I
5
think
books?
five
Mhm.
bucks, yes.
Okay. At a 20% discount. That's good. All
Yeah,
right. And the Searchers. What is
that's
that?
everything.
That's
Everything from
everything.
1 and 2, everything that's exclusive, everything that was, only for, well, the first one, for email subscribers also, there's one card there that's really exclusive, the KKC card, the one with his horse. I included that there
Okay.
because it's everything. So,
Right. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. I see you got one of those claimed. And here's some interior pages over here.
yeah.
Let's take a look at these.
That one took forever. I looked at it, some of them like, and there's him in that scene riding on the side of the horse.
Right. This is great. This is a great shot here. This hyena
Yeah,
running into the cave, and the various planes you set up behind here. So you got the horses and stuff coming down, then this guy's coming up. Really great action sequence.
sometimes I get lucky. It just comes together, you know. It just comes together, you know.
I
Not
hear you.
always. Doesn't always happen.
Yeah, great storytelling. That's my big
Thank you.
thing that I look for. Yeah. Okay, here's our add-ons. Another great. The horses are hard to draw. Not everybody can do it, and that's a great horse.
Thanks. That is what I always come back to.
This one, or
Yeah, when I had a doubt, like on the first one, that cover, I would always say, you know, this could work. And every time I had a doubt, before I used to, you know, like I said, going back to my sketches, that's the one I would look at. I'm like, that is so cool. And look at that. He has the gun, like I said, uh, on one of his arms there, tucked
Mhm.
into those suction cups. And I'm like, I've never seen that. That's the thing also. I've never seen that before. I've never seen
Right.
that before. I'm like, so let's, you know, so I went with it.
Oh, nice decal. That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you design the logo as well?
Yes. I had a horrible logo on the last minute. I think you know Eric Hodgson, Dreaded Dinosaur. I've never credited him for this, but I saw him on a stream, and he was talking about a logo he just did for a magazine. And I looked at my logo. I'm like, that's utter crap. I just took that out of the font, you know, the font selection, and I
Right.
just like I drew all this, and I'm gonna have that as a font, as a logo. I'm like, no, no way. So right then and there, I changed it to that.
Wow, that's cool.
And
It's a
it's
good
not like
logo.
I do these things. Yeah, I don't do logos really. It's like it's but the things you have to do when yes, that's it. That's the logo originally. It looks
This was
so
the
bad
original
in the book.
logo?
Yeah, it was horrible. Yes, that's it.
You're
So
right. It
basic.
sucks.
It sucks. But that's the sketch. That's the first sketch. On
This right
on
here?
that sticker above
Oh,
on that round
on this.
sticker.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that was the very first. That's why it's rough. I left it that way. That was my very first
Oh,
sketch.
are these the pants you were talking about?
Yes, I took those pants off because it's even more
Yeah, that was a good
ridiculous.
move. Yeah. Well, it makes it look weird because you can't get a handle on what's what. Whereas like an octopus is kind of, always in motion. Shit's moving all over, and
There's some
basically it's just his head, and
yeah,
the body kind of goes to where it's got to go. If I put it in the pants and you've locked them in, and it
yes.
no longer looks like an octopus.
And if you think about it, the three animals. So you got an octopus, 8 arms. You got the hyena, 4 legs, and then usually the gorilla, you know, biped, two
Yeah.
2 legs, and there's the varieties right there. So even if
Mhm.
I just draw them in shadows, in silhouette, you can
Mhm.
identify them, and each one of them has a different character, you know, and how they
Mhm.
react to what happened to them. So like there's the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? For me, it's like the cynic, the hopeful, and something else, or the realist.
Okay.
It's like that.
Are these some of the bad guys?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Charlie Knox is his trainer. He's really
Oh,
tough
okay.
on him, and he's the one who got shot in the last book, the first book. And the mayor is like the one who well he has his power is through this all the prize fights and the entertainment and everything, that's where he takes his power from. He uses people's bloodlust and with all the gambling and everything to
Mhm.
exert control in the town. maintain control.
Casey's his horse. Okay. Fulfillment consistent with first campaign. Otherwise, redirected by suppliers. All items will be printed in the United States. Excellent. That's what I do. I always make sure all my stuff is printed in the U.S.
Yeah.
Well, this is a great campaign, guys.
Thank you.
Everybody should get out and back this thing. The link to it is going to be in the description of the show, and you'll be able to find it. It's on Indiegogo, and let me just get rid of this here. There we go. It's on Indiegogo. The link will be in the description of the show on my YouTube channel. And I urge everybody to go out there and support all really good independent comics. And this is one of the good ones. Jason's one of the good guys. His project looks great and needs your help. So please consider backing him. I'd appreciate it and he'd appreciate it. So
Thank you.
Jason, is there anything else you want to say before we head out into the wild sunset?
I've gotten great reviews and a lot of great support, and I gotta tell, there are times where like it's tough, but I would wake up and there would be a video or there would be a direct message, and I'm just revived, and I just want to get out there and bang out this project. You know what I mean? That helps me out a lot. So that's the big thank you and to you and everybody.
And
When I saw your first tweet, I was like, do you know who just said something about my? I said Graham Nolan, Bane. But, anyway, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you were saying.
What is the projected fulfillment date on this?
December.
Okay.
But man, these pages are so detailed. I'll try in December, but
that's right.
I want to make them as good as possible.
Yes. Well, make them as good as you can. The backers are willing to wait rather than have you rush it out, because that's what separates us from the corporate comics. Is that you know what, when we fill out these campaigns, we have to guess a date. We just have to say, okay, this is when I think it will, based upon our speed and stuff. The thing about when you crowdfund is that you got to wear so many hats. You're not just sitting at the board every day drawing. You're working a couple hours at the board drawing. Then you're streaming. Then you're creating assets for your for social media, which take time. You're in Photoshop doing this, that, and the other thing, and then you're cross promoting, and all of that stuff takes time away from the board. But when you're at the board, you're giving it your 100% because it's all you, and the backers understand that. As long as you get relatively close to your deadline, and you're not 2 years out. I mean, I don't think that's reasonable. If you're a month or two out, that's no big deal, because when they're going to get the best product that you can actually produce, and it's worth it.
My last one was supposed to be due out on May. It was delayed because I think, and you would be familiar with this, there was like a paper supply problem, which the printer said, and it got delayed like 2 weeks. So I sent it out. By the next month, people were getting their books. Yeah.
Well, my giant size two-fisted manly tales got delayed over a month because of that.
Yes.
So yeah, that one definitely got set back because of supply chain issues. But we seem to be over that now. What's that?
That's still fast. I mean, some mainstream books also are super delayed. Way back then, also, right? Like.
Yeah. So okay,
it's not just because of you. Yeah.
No. That one wasn't because of me at all.
It's the supply problem. It's the printing also. Even if you have, even if you sent it to them with a really much earlier with enough time, So, but that's
Yeah.
it. That's what I meant.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, so everybody go ahead and back this. Appreciate you tuning into Independent Comic Showcase, and go out there and support these independent artists that are doing great work. Thanks again. Thanks, Jason. And we'll
Thank
see you,
you.
folks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.